Hi YouTubers, and welcome to number 43 tutorial, getting up there in numbers. And this one is, we've explored how to do this Eclipse card before, but I saw on another group someone had bought an unbranded die, and this is the result. It's so easy to make and duplicate in Design Space using your Cricut. So let's get into designing our Brickwall pattern die. So go into your shapes, select your square and select a size. You can just go ahead and use my size for now. So it is 5.75 inches in your width. Unlock your padlock, and then for your height 3.75 inches. Now we're going to need two of these. This is your card topper, and we're going to print the image twice, and that will fit when you go to do your print and cut. When you go to print, it will fit on an A4 piece of paper or your letter size, whatever you choose to use. So while we've got that there, we're going to go over to the layers panel and rename it. So just right click, rename, and we'll put main, or we'll go topper one, or the main topper. We'll go topper, main. So this guy's your main one. We're going to have writing and the image on that one. So go ahead and press enter. Then I want you to duplicate this. Now you can make this a different color while you're designing. You've just got to make sure to send the color back to white. So for purposes, I would then go to the second, go to the one that's, it'll be up the top, so you just put it down. So right click, we're going to go topper, let's get rid of the word main, just go topper to, this will be your, we'll just go topper 2, so it's not the main one. That will do. Just name it whatever you want, but that's the one that's going to have the die cut out into it. So from now on, the steps that I take, what I'm going to do is change the color of the background. So then you'll know what step you're on. So the second step is to bring in the image. So the image I used is from Creative Fabrica, and it's called Watercolor Sunflower Bicycle. I think it's a sublimation image. It works very well for images within Design Space. So what I'll do is leave a link in the description part of my tutorial for you to get that link, or you could try and find another image for yourself. The image that I saw was of a bicycle with daisies on it, and I quite loved it, and it turned out nice. And because of the font that I used, or the saying that I used on the front of the card, B is for birthday, the bicycle is B in it, so that worked out well for me as well. I explained to you how to bring in your image in tutorial number 35 and probably several other of my tutorials, so we shouldn't need to do that, but I've already done it. So I just simply, rather than go to images, I just go to upload, because I know it's going to be there, select it and stick it onto the canvas. Now it's going to come in rather large. Go to your padlock and lock it, and resize to, so padlock locked, resize to 3 inches. we're going to alter the size a bit more later on, but for now we'll just keep that at that size. So there you have 2 easy steps. Next we're bringing in what I searched for, and it was called cobblestone pattern. So this is in Design Space, but you need a subscription. But if you wish, obviously not everyone has a subscription, so you can go into the internet and go and find something. But I'll show you what you need to look for. So go to your images. We're going to go up here and search cobblestone pattern. I do have a number for you, but we'll see how we go here. So you can scroll down a little bit, and here you'll find, if you go to those 3 dots, you'll get the image number hashtag M2DOAAD6E if you can't find it. Okay, and that's the one that's going to go into your canvas. So quickly, if you want to go into the internet and web and find a Brickwall pattern, I've just gone Brickwall pattern PNG, and I've set the tools up the top here. You set the tools to where is it? Tools, there we go, to black. Size, you want a nice large size. Now you want to look for something that isn't closed off with a frame around it. So this is a free pick one, so that should be not, yep, that's nice. It's come in clear, but it is watermarked. It says free pick, but free pick must be premium vector. So unfortunately you have to go in and try and find something that's not locked with a frame. Did I just say that? I don't know. That's a good one. What's this one? Alright, so this one doesn't have a border around it. It doesn't seem to be waterlogged, so maybe, yeah, just go on and try and find designs like that. So there's another one. That looks like it's a silhouette version, I don't know. But see how this one's got a frame? You don't want that, okay, because that's locked to a frame already. You want an open one, just to clarify that. Next, we're making a circle frame. Go to Shapes, select Circle. Now going up to the size, make sure your padlock is locked, and go to your width and just click after the 2 and go your decimal spot and a 5. So we need 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. So just press enter. Offset is 0.25, so that gives you a 1/4 inch space to stick around your foam tape. So what we're going to do with this one, I'm going to actually use slice this time and not subtract or exclude, and I'll show you why. So we've just gone to slice. Now we're going to keep these 2 black ones and just delete that one there. Pop this frame out of the way And this we're going to concentrate on cutting out of the brick wall in the next step. In this step, we're going to cut the circle and create that die with the brick wall effect. First off, go to your circle and just select that up arrow just to make it that tad bigger than this frame. I'm going to move this frame over. Next step is we select the cobblestones, go to combine and select unite. So that's all one image. I just want to make this smaller now. The circle needs to go behind, not in front, but behind. Let's make that a little bit bigger. Select it both, combine, subtract. And that gives you your cobblestone. Bring over the circle, select them both, align, then center. And here what we need to do is weld, because if we used unite, we won't see the contour feature. So these new features, you won't see the contour. So we need to go combine, weld. And then you go into contour after you've selected your lattice circle now. And you need to just check these little bits here. So you will find those down the bottom. Now I'm happy with those ones. I don't want to go playing with those. But if you do happen to get really little ones, just redo it. Just use your back arrow. Redo your brick wall, just move it around again and then go through those steps again. Next step, highlight the image and resize it. Not too small, not too big. I think that's a nice position. Once you're happy with your size, go to your duplicate or Control D and make another copy. So we want the first one and the second one, so PNG, they're going to be named the same thing. You can change it at this point. Let's just go, yeah, let's change it. Let's just go rename. Let's call it Bike 1. And we'll call this one Bike Topper, because I want that to stay on the topper. So Bike Topper and Topper Main are going to be together. So let's highlight both of those images and align them center. So because now it only looks like one image, you've gone ahead and you rename them and they're there. And this is important for the positioning. So you've got Bike 1 and Bike Topper. And the difference is that one is going to have this die cut from it, and that would be the Bike 1. And the Bike Topper is going to become flattened. We also need to align the topper 2 and main topper. So select those both, again align and center. So everything is nicely named. All right, let's do our text. Now go up to your font. I have selected BFC Peaches and Cream. It's a cute little font, but you need a subscription. Now I still like selecting writing because I like the way it looks on the card, even though I am going to make it a print and cut, okay? So my little verse on the front is, and it's caps locked, B. Now you could go enter is 4. You could do that to save yourself some time. I've actually got birthday going like that. Save yourself some time and do it like that, or you can use the handles when it comes in like that. It actually makes things go vertically. And we don't want it too big, so I'm just going to resize that by grabbing the top corner, so that the middle one really does play around with it. And as I said, not too big. I'm just eyeballing it for now, but you know, you can select that and select your main topper by shift and main, and that selects them both. And then of course you can align center vertically and it'll give you the perfect position. Now I actually went back and changed the size of the, let me move this, by selecting it over in the layers panel once again. Selecting it on the actual design, you're just going to move everything around, so just move it out of the way with your arrows on your keyboard. Now I actually made this a lot bigger, so I'll give you the size. So your width is 3.1 and the height is 3.273, so roughly about the 3 inches for the width, okay? And the reason I did that is because when the wheel, which is about 3 inches, and that's just a lovely size for a landscape card, you want a bit of the original image on the card still coming out underneath the circle, so that's why I chose it to be that size. You don't want it too big and you don't want it too small. So now we're getting down to the final shape, and I'm going to show you how to put the card together. So as explained, we've got the spare topper and we've got the main topper. So we've got two pieces that will be print and cut, and then your die will be cut out of the spare layer. So the main one is the main topper with the words on it, and then you've got your print and cut where your die will cut out of it. So what we want on the front of the card is the bike image and the writing. We're at our final step now. Now I've just zoomed that in to 150% so you can see this much better. Now I've got two card toppers. So you've got your card topper and your main topper and the spare. Two bikes which we aligned together and placed where we wanted them on the card, and our die and our text. So they're all positioned into place, but we need to make sure that we set the correct ones for print and cut and the correct one for just your basic cut. The only basic cuts there are in this file when you go to print and cut are the two toppers, so that white bits around there. So I've got two of those, and then you've got your die. So the rest are print and cut, so they will print the bike onto both those toppers, the main topper and the spare topper, but the main topper will have the bike image as well as the font. So to do that, we'll concentrate on doing the main topper first. So we want the writing on the card, we want the bike topper, so we press our shift key and select the bike topper. And this is how we differentiate between everything that's on here. And then we select one of those toppers and we want the main one. So shift key again, select the main card, and all of those are going to be flattened. So we're going to do the next one. We need topper 2, and then we need bike 1, and we're going to flatten them. So now we want, and I know this is all, look, I could send that to the back, I think. Oh, can't do anything. So this was our first one. See how it gets confusing? So you can move it if you want. But we want that to be onto there. So let's move this out of the way, bring this, bring that, right. Send that card to the back and arrange the die, select it both, stop, select it both, I don't know if it's I think it's my computer, select it both, align, center vertically, and while they're both selected, we're going to select attach. So now this is still a cut file. There it says basic cut. And it'll all make sense once it all starts getting cut. So go ahead and give your work a name, and you should have done this at the beginning. I should have told you at the beginning, and keep saving as you go along. So go to make it. So you got one mat. I have it on A4 size. My printer is set at A4, and both those card toppers will fit on the one mat. So simply just go to continue, send to printer. Okay, so this is how this one printed out. So I'm going to put that on my mat as per it states in your canvas. So make sure they're straight. It'll scan, should scan it anyway. So roll, this is quite a new mat. So I want you to brayer. Get used to brayering or rolling things on your mat to make sure you get the perfect cut. So I'm going to cut this out. Now you might notice on your screen, have a look, that on the you will see the black outline or the black image of the brick circle. That does not, even though you see this in the print and cut view when you go onto your mat when you press to make it, because it's a cut file, it won't print. It's not set to print. So just make sure that you let the print and cut section just do its thing. Don't, it gets a bit of getting used to. But if it's got print and cut and then basic cut, I've got two here and you just can't see the cut of the card, but I can stick both of those toppers onto an A4 piece of paper. So this is cut out now. So don't forget that when you take your cardstock off, especially a brand new mat, you need to turn your mat over and gently take it off that way. Yeah. Just do it. You just mainly want to take, I can take that card off. Don't want to move that just yet. So you see that? Now if you do happen to get cardstock that sticks to your mat, just have handy a spray water bottle. All right, so you just spray, 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 which I'm not going to do because I don't want to ruin that. Spray, 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 let it soak, and then just scrape up your card, okay? I've been doing all these things that I teach you for years. We're going to keep that. And there's the topper. These for birthday. Now, you don't have to do this part, but if you're pretty good at eyeballing things, which, I mean, I am, but with these Eclipse cards, they tend to make it quite hard to be perfect. In all honesty, what would be ideal is if the part that's left behind can be marked as well, but just want to make sure that they're on, you know, they're lined up perfectly. And just hold them down. Like that. So you want to gently take this Brickwall circle off. So the best way again to do it is to, don't bend that back too much, just enough for your card to start coming off. And if it cuts well, like I know that I've set mine to cut well, most of it will come off nice and gently. Okay, so that's beautiful. I've made it so that the circle is about 1/4 inch border so that you've got room to stick tape. However, the inside is a bit too thin for tape. Okay, but I don't think it really matters. All right. Okay, so this is what you've cut so far, and I've lined that perfectly in there. If you want, what you could do is line it up, make sure all these are lined up perfectly, especially the bite, because when you stick it, it will definitely be a bit harder. Get yourself a pencil, which of course you can rub out once you're done, and maybe make a mark like that. so that we're going to line up the, you know, the bike, the wheels, and everything just lines up really well. Let's just put a couple of marks like that. So next, all you need to do is just flip it over. So when you know, when look, you're going to go around and round and round anyway. Now I bought these from Amazon. They arrived this week, so I got 1,000 strips for about 22 Australian dollars. Nice price. And these at work, great. These on their website at Amazon, and I can leave the link for you below if you like. Just remember I bought them from Amazon Australia. On their link, they actually say that they're 3 millimeters wide, but they're not. They're only 2. And I knew this because another lady had bought them thinking they were 3 mil, but they were only 2, and I wanted 2 for this reason alone. I can just really stick them around. I feel like I want to push that away, but I can't. I'll just get one more. And what I also do, when I've taken off the backing, nice and easy, nope, 2 pieces. I put some wet glue around the top as well, and what this does is gives you the ability to maneuver this around should you need to. The only thing that I could probably suggest to put in the middle of the lattice, if you're worried about it, the lattice bit, is silicone. Back in the day, when you do paper towel, you use silicone. It comes in a tube. I think they use it for window silicone. You can use that if you want. But really, it's going to be fine. Now, I want to marry up those 2 things at the side. Just make sure. See, because I can't put my head. I'm going to bring this down a bit. I don't want my head to get in the way, so those 2 marks at the side should, but they don't. Don't ask me why. So we'll sort of give it a bit of an eyeball. It's just that. Weird. Ridgeville. Don't ask me why. That might be better. Okay, so I'm just checking everything. See, this looks out, and yeah, I need to, yeah, it's going to be a long one. I'll bring you in a little bit closer with this one. I ended up taking this off. What the problem was is it moved ever so slightly, and I wasn't lining it up. So these are the problems that you will find, and you do need to make sure you look at it head on, like bring it right underneath your eyes, okay, and make sure you look at it properly. Stop rocking. All right. So those lattices, they sit up fine. All right, so I don't know if you can see it, if that's a bit better. And if I bring it up to you, so you can see it's a 3D lattice brick wall and actually looks pretty damn good. Yeah, so thanks for watching. I really, really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed. Just remember, I do this all to help you. Remember to catch the tips and tricks along the way. Watch it first and then watch it again and pause it as you need to. So cheers for now.